What's up, Dragon Ball players? We are here with Juan. We went over here to John Patterson's PPG Qualifier 1K event. What did you bring to the table, guys?
What else? The boy. What kind of question is that? Icarus. It's just, one last hooray, I guess you should say.
Goodbye, Bojack.
Not yet. We got some time.
Yeah, we had today. That's what was important.
Right. So let's just get into the deck profile. Obviously, we're going to play 4 of the Higher Dragon. No explanation here. At this point, I don't even think I have to explain the deck. Like, everybody and their mom knows what this does, pretty much. That literally needs no explanation. The other guy, Samasu. Another guy that we're going to get a last hooray before he gets nerfed. Yeah. This card, obviously, pretty good. Hits Unison right now. Four or less when they come into play, and also tap something in field, and then you draw a card. But you guys knew that. I play 4 of the Samasu Super Combo.
Did you enjoy this more than trying to dig with the Krillin Super Combo?
I do. And I think I said on my last deck profile, you just draw so much and you filter so much that I don't think the Krillin is necessary. I much rather use the defensive, capabilities of Samasu. And then it allows me to, arrival a lot more. So I just like using it at 4. And then also people usually thinks that I have like a split or whatever, and they get caught off guard, like because I play like the 3rd one or whatnot, and like, oh, he plays it at 4, and then you know what I mean? They make mistakes because of that. Yeah. Aside from that, I play 4 of the hit. I don't play the Bojack package. It's just a personal preference at that point, realistically. Just because if I play the Bojack, I have to charge a Bojack, which I normally don't want to. A Violent Rush I'm referring to. And I just don't like doing that, so I just rather play this. Both options are very viable, obviously. And then the guy.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, R.I.P.
All right, Tupac.
Bojack Aegis. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to continue. I'm not going to say anything. We play Raiders Warcry at 3. On my last video, I said that I would probably bump it down to 2, but 3, just for seeing it, was pretty clutch. I didn't actually play it that much today, just in a few matches. But obviously the card's amazing. You can stop aggression by outcomboing something and then tapping something else. You guys know what the whole deck does, pretty much. I played 2 of the Basil. This one was one card, actually, that I was going to take out before today. And I actually decided to keep it in just because I put another card in the deck, which we'll get into that later on. But this card, you already know when you play it, you draw a card, and if your opponent has 5 cards tapped or rested, it becomes a 19k dual attack, which is pretty good. We play only 2 Robotic Riposte, and again, same as last video, just because I had to. That's pretty much the reason why. Realistically, that's the reason why.
I don't have baby heads.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing. We played 2 Swift Retaliation Cooler, just for those decks, for those random negates. Baby Hatch. That's the one. That is the one, indeed. Counterplay. When you play it, depending on the amount, if you have 6 or more, you draw 2.
Yeah.
Or if you have less than that, you draw 1. So it's pretty good. I play 2 of the Fighting Against Fate. I don't play Secret Identity, just because I focus more on the aggro, as was mentioned earlier. And I just want to see this card sometimes, just to close out games and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. The one-offs.
Draw them secret rares.
Yeah. The Bergamo, obviously when you tap something, you play it and then you tap other 2 things. So pretty good. Normally you tap energy with this like 90% of the time, realistically. The Champa Double Strike, just to sneak out games. This guy, just because he plays again sometimes. Like, I played today another Icarus, I believe, and they had 1 energy open, and they couldn't beat because I played this guy. And then lastly, the SCR, Kai, which in my opinion, I don't care what Eddie says, is the best SCR in the game.
Big facts.
He will argue that Heron's Lineage is, but I just like this guy. It's just oppressive. You can clear the board, which is something that Yellow lacks. There's so many things. It's so versatile. So many things you can do with this. For the Unison package, I play 3 of the Trunks. The reason why I play 3 is because I want to see it no matter what. This card is amazing. You can do the -3. There's so many things that you can do. Pop, 4 drop or less, so on and so forth. 4 dual attack 20k is just so good. So I played at 3 just because I want to see it. I play 2 of this guy. This guy's amazing. This guy just allows me to be so oppressive and so aggressive turn 1 or 2. especially when your opponent's not awakened. Let's say you're playing against Icarus, mirror match or something, right? If you don't turn 2, you can just play this guy and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks just off of that alone. And you put your opponent in a situation where it's either they're going to spend resources from hand or they're going to go lower on life. Yeah, sure, you're not going to kill him, obviously, on that turn, but at that point, it just makes it closer for you to finish off with this guy, a Champa, this, or whatever you may, Ape, whatever you may have. So it just makes it really clutch, and it gets the little guys out of the deck, so, when you eventually awaken, you already have those secured or whatnot. It thins your deck out as well. I actually play 55 cards in this deck, which we'll get into that in a minute, the reasoning behind that in a minute, but it's just pretty clutch. And I play the one-off on my main, one Vegeta. A lot of people is playing, obviously in the last matchup you guys saw Vegeta Zeno. Big guys. Name it, if Blue is playing the big guys, or, the big 8-drop Gogeta, so on and so forth. It's just a random, but honestly, I don't even use it for that. What I like the most about this card is the -3. Can just go, let's say if I have Zamasu on the field, realistically, Zamasu, after you play it, you're either going to combo it, or you're pretty much going to combo it. So, yeah. But I can tap it. Yeah, it's useless pretty much. Well, not really, but yeah.
He sits there for as long as you need him to.
Yeah. And then I can just tap it and do the -3 on this guy, tap an energy, and go for dual attack, double strike, and steal some games that way. So it's pretty good. For my extra cards, I play 4 Final Flashes. So the funny thing, I played against a teammate, Steven, today. He was playing Cooler Mill. He goes for a swing with a double striker. I'm at 2 life. He looks at my drop. I have 2 Final Flashes in drop. And he's like, oh yeah, Final Flashes are out. I had 2 or 3 Final Flashes in my drop, something like that. It's like, oh yeah, Final Flashes are out. He goes all in, and I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. Man, I played the 4th one. Poor game, he emptied his hand, and at that point, it was game, obviously. But yeah, it's just, this card I want to see it no matter what. This card is just, it's amazing. You can get rid of something, you can hit something with barrier, get rid of whatever, swing it with double strike, triple strike, whatever the case may be, and obviously it's a 15k boost. Or you can just close out games with, Final Flash, Champa, or something like that. Of course, being at 4, it's Bean.
Duh.
That's what I'm gonna say. I play 3 Power of Super Saiyan. Obviously, card pretty good. You can tap out a unit, you can tap a Unison, you can tap battle cards. You draw a card, it replaces itself. It's a negate in itself as well, so it's a pretty good card for yellow. I play 2 Nimbuses. So for as much as people hate on this card, say, no, Nimbus sucks, it's not good anymore, this card saved me so many times. Number 1, people didn't expect it. Number 2, you know what? Nimbus, you pitch a card. I have like 20 cards in my hand most of the time. I can afford to pitch 1 card and stop a series of attacks, especially when you combine it with, certain things with this, Bojack. You let the first attack go through, tap the Unison, tap the leader with a super combo per se, and then for the rest of the stuff, you can just do this, depending on the situation, but it's just so good. Last card that I wasn't playing, and the reason why I kept the Basils, the one of Universe 9 Assemble. It's not as great as when you used it in Mecha, obviously, because you could,
pay for free.
Yeah, but in some instances, you can just steal this. You can still just do this, just to use your energy. Obviously, you draw 2. If your opponent's tapped out, you play the Basil. Today, actually, I did that like 2 or 3 times, where my opponent was tapped out. I swung with something, I activate battle, use the 2 energy, play the Basil, draw from the Basil, beam, so on and so forth. You already know how it goes. That's pretty much the main deck. As far as the sideboard, before I show you guys the sideboard, I have to say I hate Cooler. Let me just make that
Repeat
clear.
that one more time.
I hate Cooler. #Trey. I hate Cooler. So you'll understand why I'm saying that in a minute. The one of Frost Deadly Poison, just to get rid of random threats, name it, foo, whatever,
Should have banned them.
Stuff like that. 2 Giant Balls, again, just to get rid of, deal with like the 8-drop Gogetas, any type of threat that could come your way. Even like the 5-drop Frieza. The other day I was playing Best of 1, and I wasn't playing Icarus, but I was playing Yellow, and they 5-drop Frieza and milled me out because they were playing like the Android 18 build where you have a bunch of tokens.
18 mil, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, 23 cards, I lose. Okay, here we go. I played 3 of these guys on my side.
Your voice said it.
3.
Mailing out today.
I hate this guy allows me to, when I combo, I discard a card and I can return from my drop to my deck up to 3 35Ks or less. I just didn't want to get mailed out by Cooler. Last night at my locals, I was practicing, and we have a local player that always plays Cooler faithfully, and it's just that I don't want to have to hold myself back. Like, oh my god, no, I don't want to do this line of plays. Like, I second guess certain plays because I know that Cooler can potentially mill me out. With this, I don't have to do that because I know that I can just grab stuff back. Another annihilation. Just because the mirror match, it's pretty good. Against other matches, it's pretty good as well.
That pretty much locks them out.
And I wanted to see it, obviously. The Juan boy, it's next pseudo CR, needs no explanation there.
No.
This guy, just because I was afraid of it's a one-off. I was afraid of the Android 17. I actually added this last minute. I wasn't even gonna play it, but I was like, you know what? Just in case, let's just put it in there.
I don't blame you.
Two of these guys. This guy's pretty good, actually. He kind of grew on me. I didn't play it before. The fact that your opponent, it's not able to interact with battle cards 7 or less when he swings, it's pretty good because, like, on my Cooler matchup, again, Cooler hate. On my Cooler matchup, he couldn't rival and do all the shenanigans the Cooler does. And then it's a dual attack 25k, and then if you add Bean on top of that and continue to play the unison dual attacker or whatever you may do, it's just a lot of aggression. He also gets rid, obviously, of 2 cards that are rested, 2 battle cards. So it's a lot of aggression. It was really good. I really liked it. 2 more of these guys. I play a lot of unisons just because, again, I like doing the -3 a lot. In my locals, actually, they call it the Juan special. So I used to do it all the time back in Mecha Frieza days. And again, for decks that play stuff that's like higher than their energy, you can just stall them. And the more energy you have, the more resources you're going to be able to use. So 2 more of those. And then lastly, 2 of these guys. This is Cooler hate again. Because anything pretty much that you play in Cooler has no effects when these guys on field. Any 5 or less is skillless. So they arrival, you don't mill. It doesn't matter what they play, realistically. They have anything, nothing, really.
Foo.
Yeah, Foo is the
All
only
they
thing.
got is Foo,
Quite
yeah.
literally. So this was pretty much that,
Just cuts the
just
whole
for the
deck
hate.
off for sure.
That's pretty much the deck. Shout out to PPG, Team PPG XFOE. Shout out to this guy right here who told me about this, actually, because I wasn't paying attention to the chat.
Yeah.
What about me?
Let me get there.
Oh, we're getting
And
there.
shout out to, John Patterson here for hosting RTFC. I can't say what the name is, but what is it? What's the name? What the actual name?
Retro tabletop Funko game.
That's totally not the name.
read the freaking card. Yes.
Yeah,
Read
that's the
freaking
name.
card.
Last array with Icarus. Got 3rd place today. That's pretty much it, guys. See you in the next one.